The first question I just wanted to ask was about how it is as a player to have that slightly longer break. You obviously had the cancellation of the Motherwell game because of the international break. Has that benefited you, do you think, and the rest of the squad who haven't been away?
Yeah, I think so. I think because we've had such an early start on a pre-season, I think it was starting to catch up with a few of the girls, but from that break we've come back better and we're ready to go for it.
Yeah, great. The other thing I wanted to ask was about Fran. We saw a slightly different system against Glasgow City at the weekend previously. How are you finding adapting? We've seen Fran kind of having somewhat of a fluid system. He moves players around a lot. How have you found adapting to that? Because you've been playing in slightly different positions.
It's actually quite good. I actually quite enjoy it. It's something that we work on every single day, so everyone knows their positions and what they need to do. So it isn't like a difficult formation for us or any different because Fran does work on it. He takes us one by one and shows us what we need to do. So yeah, if it's working for us, then why not?
Yeah, and how are you feeling about the Hibs fixture? Obviously, they're top of the table, but the fixtures are there are a few games in hand, so...
Of course, yeah, it's always a hard game against Hibs. You know what it was like the last time that we played them. We got a 1-0 goal. But, it's always going to be tough. We know that they're a good team, but we're also a good team, so we just need to believe in ourselves and we know that we can go and push it for the 3 points.
Just a word on the support at the last game. It was... If you'll watch back the highlights, you'll hear just how brilliant it was. I was sitting just behind those Chinese fans, and they were brilliant too. Did you notice on the pitch, and did the team? Do you think the team got lifted by it?
Of course, yeah, we do miss the fans, and especially when you need that little lift up and that wee pick me up. They were certainly our 12th man, as a lot of teams would say. So yeah, having them back is terrific, and we just hope that we can continue that.
Do you think maybe the first half we outthought ourselves a little bit with the system that we played? Because in the second half, when the changes were made, we looked a better team, but in the first half we weren't at the races.
Yeah, it was a new formation, but it was just trying to get adjusted and getting used to knowing where the players are. But in the second half, it came to our favour, and we did have the subs, but it just shows the depth that we have in our team and the quality that we have.
Just hoping that we can get out of Airdrie quick enough to get to Celtic Park on Sunday. So we might need to leave a bit early. So all goes early, please.
Well, your support means everything. So as long as you're there, that's fine.
Okay, cheers. Thanks,
David.
So you mentioned, and David just touched on there, it was a bit of a different system and obviously a bit of a sluggish start last week. But what was said in the dressing room at half time that sort of came out to re-galvanise you? Because that second half performance, it was night and day from the first half.
Basically, it was just to believe in ourselves. I think maybe we just doubted it just a little bit because of the new formation and stuff like that. But now Fran just really picked us up, and so did David, telling us to believe in ourselves and that we are Celtic, that we are a good enough team to go out there and compete and to win this match. So their team talks do really lift us up, and their energy comes off and rubs off onto us. So that's what happened at half time, and then we went straight out and it picked up.
That's a good response. Obviously, last year we won 3 out of 3 against Hibs, but if you're looking at the performances so far, they've been scoring a lot of goals, they've not been conceding a lot. How much of a different Hibs side are you expecting to face at the weekend, and how have you been planning to come up against that?
Of course, yeah, they see that they've added players, but we've also added players, and we've shown last weekend against City that we're ready to compete, and we showed at the level that we are at. It is going to be tough, but I think that we believe in ourselves, the coaches believe in us, so that's all that we need. We've been scoring a lot of goals as well, and we've got a huge amount of talent in our team, so it's nothing that we're threatened of. We just need to go out there and play our game.